Welcome to Lobster's list for September 30th, 2012. Number 1. Blackspace from Pixel Foundry has you controlling a lander vehicle excavating resources from deep space asteroids. There is base building and defending your structures from waves of enemies. The environment is destructible and almost anything in-game can be harvested, including the debris remaining after battles. You can pre-order the game DRM free for PC at the $20 tier, after the $15 early bird tier slots are depleted. Mac and Linux support are stretch goals. Another stretch goal is co-op multiplayer and player versus player battles. There are multiple control schemes to choose from, and the developers have participated in the Oculus Rift Kickstarter for a development kit of the VR headset. Visually, the game already looks excellent, with many moments worthy of being made into desktop background images. Number 2. ORBITOR from Evil Aliens has you play as a probe exploring a nebula. By orbiting objects, you can disrupt them and extract energy. You can get a copy of the game for PC, Mac, or Linux by pledging $15. I really like the adventurous nature of the music, and there are some cool visual effects at some moments. Number 3. Nexus 2, subtitled The Gods Awaken, is the sequel to the well-received 2005 game Nexus: The Jupiter Incident. This is footage from an old tech demo. Command ships in epic space battles set 25 years after the events of the last game. The original developers are behind this project and asking for a $650,000 goal to make a sequel that can take advantage of improvements in graphics technology and game design. This game does not have base construction, but allows you to make modular ship customization. All backers will be thanked in the credits, and you can pre-order the game at the $25 tier after the $20 tier is exhausted. Number 4. Timber and Stone is a voxel sandbox game with city building and real-time strategy elements. You can manage a kingdom that fends off goblin hordes and attacking creatures. Units have professions like farmers, carpenters, and infantry that they level up. Professions can be later changed if needed. You can pre-order a copy for $15 for PC. It is described as around 85% complete, with beta access at higher reward tiers starting this fall. The project creator listed Age of Empires, Minecraft, and Dwarf Fortress as sources of inspiration. This game really reminds me of two past games that were on Kickstarter, Forge Quest and Castle Story. Number 5. Devil's Cove is a point-and-click adventure game. The story has a conspiracy involving a mysterious plague doctor in a cursed town. Anarchy Enterprises has made games before for the Tycoon series and some mobile games. Platforms being targeted are PC, Mac, Linux, iPad, and Android tablets. For $15, you can receive a copy of the game, beta access, a strategy guide PDF, and be listed as one of the beta testers in the credits. Number 6. Ring Runner Flight of the Sages is a space shooter RPG with multiplayer. Multiplayer modes include co-op survival against waves of enemies, 4 vs 4 player base battles, and deathmatch. It was heavily inspired by the game Silent Death Online. There are 65 different ship hulls planned with hundreds of abilities to equip. A playable demo has been released. You get a mention on the founders page on their website when you get the game at the $15 tier. At the time of this recording, this campaign is just past 45% funded. Number 7. ScrumbleShip is a game about creating voxel spaceships for PC and Linux. One of its selling points is simulations such as heat dispersal, structural integrity, and, with organic ships, some types of damage can be regenerated automatically. Materials can be mined from asteroids, and you can build up your ship to kilometers in length. Your ship can be populated by cloned redshirt crewmen, and you can read more about that on the game's official site. Multiplayer battles is one of the features on the to-do list. The pre-order tier is at $10 with access to monthly alphas included. For $18, you get the soundtrack and access to nightly builds of the game. If you like the Tekkit mod for Minecraft, you should probably look into the progress updates on the project creator's YouTube channel that I'll link to in this video's description. Modders can also have access to the game's source code. Now on to honorable mentions. Recyx is an MMO RTS game for PC with a persistent game world divided up into areas designed for 40 players per area. The premise is that humans, with their bodies in stasis, take control of upgradable robots to scavenge a wasteland for resources. Players can visit other areas with PvP combat, also including races and demolition derbies. Mutated insect populations are part of the PvE combat. If not kept under control, the insect population will multiply to dangerous levels. By contributing $5, you can try the beta and your name will be in the credits. For $15, you can get a copy of the game at a savings of $5 off the planned launch price and get a founder title. This game is described as 80% complete, with funds needed for hosting servers, creating assets, and polishing the experience. Fantasy Dreamer from Friend Studio is seeking just $1,000 as its goal. It is a platformer inspired by games like Cave Story and Metroid. There will be some RPG mechanics. By contributing $10, you get your name in the credits, and you can appear as an in-game NPC. It is being developed for iOS and Android. I was impressed by how smooth the gameplay looks, including the combat. Broken is a puzzle game where you play as a man with a multiple personality disorder caused by the death of a pet rabbit. The goal is to get both versions of your character to stand on the plush rabbit to merge them together. There is a playable demo linked to from the project page. It is being developed for PC, Mac, and iOS. The $10 tier includes a copy of the game and being thanked in the credits. Impulse is a game that visualizes your music from your collection. This footage of the prototype is from a one-man developer team with industry experience working with Unity 3D. Watching this footage without music does not give a complete impression of the game. It is being developed for PC, Mac, and Linux, and you can get a copy of the game for $10. Planned stretch goals are online support, leaderboards, and an in-game editor. The project creator has backed both the Ouya and Oculus Rift Kickstarter campaigns, so those devices may potentially be supported. Armada Engine is a sequel to a game that was on the Sega Dreamcast. Team up with multiple players to defeat large biomechanical creatures that pose a threat to humanity. It cancelled its first campaign after having raised $6,704 towards a $180,000 goal, and its new goal is $48,000. The $12 tier rewards a copy of the game for PC with beta access. Mac and Linux may be supported in the future. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helps those projects.